Good evening and welcome to Box Score. My name is Andrew Holland and I'm joined by my co-hosts Lindsey Fritz and Mark Horahan. Guys, how's it going?
Good. How's it going?
Not
Awesome.
bad. All right, so today we are going to break down, as always, the current events in the world of sports. We have a lot going on. We have the World Series, we have NBA and WNBA championships, NFL Week 6, and more. I'm going to hand it over to Mark now, who's going to give us a little insight on what's going on in the MLB.
Thank you. And tonight is game 1 of the World Series. It is the Los Angeles Dodgers versus Tampa Bay Rays. On the mound for the Rays, it's Tyler Gashman. Sorry if I butchered the name. And for the Dodgers, it's Clayton Kershaw. So the little background on the story is both exciting NLCS and ALCS series where in the AL, Tampa Bay had gone up 3-0 in the series against the Houston Astros. But the Astros forced the Game 7 with wins in Game 4, Game 5, and Game 6. And Tampa stayed composed behind their good pitching, good defense, and took Game 7 4-2. And in the NLCS, the Dodgers and the Braves made their series even more interesting, where the Braves went up 2-0 with wins in Game 1, Game 2. But the Dodgers came back in Game 3, winning in a big way, 15-3, with an historic feat by scoring 11 runs in the first inning, the most runs scored ever in the half inning of the postseason. The Braves would go on to win Game 4, and it was time for Dodgers to step up and go home, and they did just that. They would win Game 5 and Game 6 to force the Game 7. Ultimately, Dodgers got the upper hand and won Game 7 4-3 to go on to the World Series. What do you guys think? Who do you guys got in the World Series?
Dodgers all the way.
Why is that, Lindsey?
Well, you see, the Dodgers have always been one of my favorite teams, and I think LA, this is the year for them. I mean, speaking of Los Angeles sports, the Los Angeles Lakers just defeated the Miami Heat in the NBA championship game. I mean, it was insane.
What do we think of the Lakers' performance or Miami's performance? What were some highlights?
Both teams, unbelievable. You had LeBron winning the Finals MVP, having multiple triple doubles, and then Jimmy Butler putting Miami on his back at least for 3 games into the series, making it a very close series, becoming the third player to have a 40-point triple-double behind, I think it was Jerry West, and I forgot the other name, but he was with some big-time all-stars in that list.
And so, Lindsey, what do you think the impact of the Lakers winning this championship is after, of course, the tragic death of Kobe Bryant?
I think this championship meant so much more to them than, winning the NBA Finals. I think this was a family moment. This brought so many people together. And, I think everyone in that arena, and even from your screen, you could feel the chills, just they did it for a greater cause than just themselves winning a basketball game.
I agree. And I also want to ask both of you, so Michael Jordan still has 6 championship titles. LeBron has 4. Who's the better player?
This is always the hard question, and it starts a lot of drama. But yeah. I'm going to go with Jordan just because of his winning record. I mean, LeBron has gone to, I think, I'm not exactly right with the number, but 8 or 9 championships and has only won 4. Jordan went to 6 and won 6, with an amazing team that just all around was just amazing.
We'll see about that. I think LeBron James could get there.
Yeah, LeBron still has a lot of his career left. We won't know until his career is over and we can compare the two, but I do think LeBron is the better player. And then also the WNBA finals happened as well. What happened there?
The Seattle Storm beat the Las Vegas Aces in the final game, 92-59. And speaking of LeBron James, despite his championship, Sue Bird has also won many championships. She's in her fourth as well. And there was just a recent comparison of LeBron James' salary with Sue Bird's salary. And you're going to be shocked to hear the difference. Sue Bird in the 2019-2020 season made $215,000. Do you guys know how much LeBron makes?
More than that.
Yeah, $37.44 million. So that is a huge pay gap, and that WNBA is, fighting for it.
Yeah, and I think a way to combat that is get more viewers to the WNBA, because it's also very entertaining. And now, of course, less in the news. NFL just finished week 6. There were some, pretty boring games, sort of the outcomes you'd expect, such as obviously the terrible teams losing. We had the Bengals lose, the Eagles, the Washington football team. But I think a shocking loss that came this weekend was the Miami Dolphins beat the Jets, and nobody saw that coming because, as we all know, the Jets with their 0-6 record are just an outstanding football team and definitely deserve praise. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. I think we all know the Jets are just...
Yeah, the Jets are going deeper into a hole that they've created for themselves years ago.
Yeah, and how do you think they'll get out of that hole? How can they be better?
Starts with the front office. And the coaching on the team. You lose two of your main players, and now the quarterbacks are, after being kept in after a minor injury in the Broncos game, and then it becomes a serious injury, and now he's out. You have your star quarterback, the big name team in the franchise, done for 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any hope for them. Lindsey, what do you think about the Jets?
I think that as a New Yorker here at Fordham, you would think like a lot of people would support the Jets, but I agree with you guys that I think they've dug a hole for themselves and it's not their season.
No, it is definitely not. So those were some, predictable games. There were some very interesting games. We had the Chiefs beat the Bills last night. Both are really competitive teams, so it really could have gone either way. Bills fans might be disappointed because it's their second consecutive loss, but nonetheless, they are a really, really, really powerful team. Probably the most significant game was Packers versus the Bucks. This was a, two legends. You have Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers competing head to head. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers really, either they choked or the Bucks had the game of their life. The final score was 38-10 Tampa Bay. And yeah, very crazy game there.
We also have the UFC on Saturday, 254. You got Khabib versus Justin Gaethje. So moving on from that, just a quick intro to that, just for the lightweight championship, undefeated Khabib versus top contender Justin Gaethje. And then I think Lindsey, you have an opinion on that really quick.
Oh, my money's on Khabib all the way.
And then college football.
Yes.
I think we're out of time here.
Thank you for watching the Box Score.
Thank you. See you guys next week.